Hey, what's up guys? It's Bye here with another Scola Lucky Coin video. I promise you guys that today's video is gonna be the last one about the Lucky Coin. So let's talk about why I think the Scola Lucky Coin is good for free-to-play and low spender players and the reason behind why I chose to craft the Lucky Coin. I crafted one already, and I am planning to craft another one very soon. Right, I am missing some more materials here, but I am collecting them. I am trying to collect the materials here before the next update for the equipment system. So first, let's talk about accessory in general. Is there such thing as one best accessory? Uh, so the short answer is no. Right? In my opinion, there is no one best accessory. Uh, each accessory has its own strength and weakness, and can work well and not well in a different situation or commanders. For example, right, perfect example would be the pendant of Eternal Night, right, skill damage plus 5%. This pendant can work very well on commander with skill damage like Artemia's YSG pair, right? But like if you go put this pendant of Eternal Night on a Tilakata, like this accessory is useless on that commander pairing, right? So like each accessory work like on a different situation, right? Um, or something like this one right here, right? Great Glory, normal attack damage plus 5%, right? This accessory got work very well on Tilakata because that pair has very high normal attack damage. But like I wouldn't use it accessory on my Richter because my Richter has very low attack stats, right? Or like if you talk about um another what other good example here, right? So the Ring of Doom, right? I would say the Ring of Doom is another one that can increase your damage, right? Normal attack damage. Normal attack have a 10% chance to increase damage by 50% here for 2 seconds, right? Like this one can definitely work well for like a commander that have a pretty decent amount of attack, right? Like I wouldn't use the Ring of Doom on my Richter as well because my Richters have very low damage output, right? Like having like a 50% increased damage on my Richter is definitely not helping. Uh, so I would say each accessory can work well in for each commander and as well for different situation as well, right? For example, right, the lucky coin, for example, right, the lucky coin might not work super well in like a 1v1 situation because their percentage of trigger is only 10% chance. But like in a swarming scenario where you're getting attacked by multiple target, right, your chance of getting trigger, the chance of like triggering this the skull lucky coin skill is gonna be very high. Uh, but like if you're talking about the Ring of Doom in a swarming scenario, right, you gonna have the same 10% chance to getting triggers there. So the Ring of Doom might not work super well in like a swarming scenario, right? Or the Concealed Dagger, right? The Concealed Dagger has normal attack, have a 30% chance to reduce the target health by 5%, right? Stack up to 3 times. But like in a 1v1 situation, it had 30% chance to trigger the skill. But like in a swarming situation, it also only have a 30% chance of activating the skill as well, right? So there you also have to, like when you testing the accessory, you also have to test on different scenario as well. So like if you want to test how good an accessory is, you need to test it in different situation with different commander pair, and different scenario as well, right? Like just a single one versus one testing isn't going to cover everything, right? Like I don't want to see people doing like a one versus one testing on an accessory and be like, oh, this is the best accessory because I'm getting such a good result, right? As I mentioned, right, like each accessory can work extremely well depend on the commander pair, right? So like you cannot throwing at me one report for like, oh, this is, let's say, oh, the pendant of Eternal Night testing here on the commander pair, and it's not as good as the Ring of Doom, or for example, right? Hey, the Ring of Doom might work better for different set of commanders. The Eternal Empire might work much better for a different like other set of commanders, right? Uh, so like a clear example would be testing, as I said, right? A clear example would be like testing the pendant of Eternal Empire using a tier locator, right? Like if you got use a tier locator to test Eternal Empire versus like using the same tier locator to test using the Ring of Doom, the Ring of Doom is definitely gonna win because the pendant of Eternal Night doesn't have any effect on a tier locator, right? That is just an example right there for you when you choose the wrong pair of commanders for running a test. So like I would say a Ring of Doom can give like a best result in like a 1 versus 1 scenario, but it might fall short in like a swarming scenario, right? As I mentioned before, right? Normal attack have a 10% chance to increase the damage by 50%. But like when you're getting swarmed by 5, 6, 7 marches, you still have that same 10% chance of triggering its skill. But like the Scola Lucky Coins, on the other hand, in a 1 versus 1 situation, only 10% chance to gain the damage, but like in a situation where I'm getting swarmed by 4 or 5 marches, that percentage it went up to 50% or even 60-70% chance. So like there are many different aspects in the game. Saying one accessory is best based on just like a couple 1 versus 1 tests isn't going to cut it for me, right? Um, there is, I would say, there is really no point in arguing which accessory is the best one, as well. Like as I would say, as we all have a different setup and commanders, I would say, right? Like one accessory can work very good for your lineup for your commanders pair, but it might not work. It might not work for me, right? So that is something I want you guys to know. It like when you're trying to arguing which accessory is the best, it like someone using Artemisia YSG, right? And telling a player using a tier locator that the pattern of Eternal Night is the best accessory, right? That is a perfect example right there. In like the pattern of Eternal Night work for one player, but it does not work for another player. So that is something you definitely need to keep in mind when you picking an accessory, right? Okay. Also, right? Also, I've always emphasized the importance of building the right equipment for the right commanders. Uh, so if you, for example, you can look at my Guan right here. My Guan equipment. So this one is for Sunset Cannon. But let's look at my Guan equipment for open field here. So this is my setup for open field, right? I am giving my Guan a lot more defense, right? A lot more defense, a lot more health. I'm giving him the lucky coin as well, right? My gear, like mostly defense and health, right? Defense, health here. I do not have any. Oh shoot! What the heck did I do? It disappeared. What the heck? Did I just? Where did I? What happened just now? I click on something. So like you can see, right? Like my Guan, right? I am stacking a lot more defense and a lot more health on my Guan here to give him more survivability. Uh, and like so like I want to use equipment that can give him more survivability, right? I build my equipment around my commander. So like picking the coin over, like for example, the Ring of Doom or the Horn of Fury is just like how I pick the Hope Cloak, right? So like so when it comes to like my choice for crafting for my Guan, right? I could go either with the Hope Cloak, or which gave me 12% defense, or I could go for the Eternal Empire Chest, which gave me 11% attack. And it's also like a equipment set as well, right? So like why did I pick the Hope Cloak over the Eternal Empire, right? It's the choice I make for my commanders. But it's exactly the same when you ask me why am I picking the Koi over the Ring of Doom or the Horn of Fury, right? I am going for more defense. I am going for more survivability, right? So does it make sense for you guys yet, right? There is a choice you can make. Same go for my other squishy commander as well. I want them to stay alive, right? I don't care about more damage. If you die, you cannot do damages. The Ring of Doom, the Concealed Dagger, right? The Ring of Doom, Concealed Dagger, they are going to help you survive longer on the field. But the Scola Lucky Coins can, right? That is a different. right? So like as mentioned, right, each accessory can do different thing, right? The Ring of Doom and the Horn of Fury or the dagger may give you more kill. Maybe it's a maybe, right? If you know how to play the commanders, it might give you more kills, more damage on the field. But the lucky coin gave more survivability, right? Comparing the lucky coin with the Ring of Doom is like comparing orange to apple here, right? Each item doing a different thing, and each item can work well for different scenario. Uh, and I would say, right, and for the people, and for the people keep saying my Guan is going to be dead if he gets swarmed anyway. Yes, my Guan is gonna be dead if he gets swarmed. Like I totally agree. But with that logic, right, with that logic that you guys been telling me, look at my Guan equipment here, right? So you guys tell me that my Guan is gonna be dead anyway if I get swarmed. So yeah, so might as well just remove all the equipment here, right? He's gonna be dead anyway. So why even bother putting any equipment on him, right? Why even bother here? Yo, just remove everything, right? Just running him naked without any equipment here. He's gonna die anyway. So who care, right? Right? Does that even make sense, right? So like sometimes like talking to some of the people online just really pissing me off, right? People just not follow any logic at all, right? Like even my 12 years old nephews can understand better than some of the people I've been talking to. To be honest with you guys, right? Um, so if there is no best accessory, why do I keep saying the Scola Lucky Coin is the best accessory for free to play and low spenders? Like, am I contradicting myself? Okay, so do you know what's the big difference between the Scola Lucky Coins and other Season of Conquest accessory? Do you? Let's go back here. The biggest, the biggest difference when you compare the Scola Lucky Coin with other Season of Conquest accessory is that most of you guys, if you look at here, I have a 3 Scola Lucky Coins blueprints. And I don't have the blueprints for any other coins, any other accessory. So like the big difference is that most of you guys probably have at least one of the Scola Lucky Coin blueprints lying around somewhere, right? So you don't have to waste your Season of Conquest coin to buy another accessory, right? Uh, like it's not free, right? It's not free to obtain a Ring of Doom blueprints or a Horn of Fury blueprints or a Concealed Dagger blueprints. It comes with a cost, and the cost is 108,000, 108,000 season coins here. So if you're going to craft a lucky coins, you're going to save 108,000 season coins, which gonna take you about half a KvK to gain, right? And if you're going to buy 2 blueprints, it's gonna cost you the entire 1 KvK right there to earn enough the amount of the amount of season coins, right? When you can just use that season coins to buy equipment material chest here, the legendary type, or you can even buy some legendary commander sculpture as well. Or if you're like me, like you could definitely save the season coin for future items, or you can save the season coin to buy some of the city skin here, right? Like if you need any of the city skin here, you can save for them, or you can just save the season coins for when the next item come out, and when the next item come out and you have all the season coins saved up, you don't have to wait. You don't have to start farming season coins again. You can just buy the item that you need right away, right? Saving season coins is pretty much very similar idea with saving the golden sculpture head for new legendary commander, if you think about it, right? We saving we saving our legendary commander sculpture here so that we future commander release, we gonna have the legendary commander sculpture to use on them right away, so that we can unlock the commanders, we can use those commanders on the field right away. Very similar idea here with saving the season coins, right? Maybe right now they're not a city skin yet in here for infantry player, for myself, right? But you never know, right? They go add more items in here sooner or later, right? We have a Scene of Conquest KvK for about almost a year already, right? Soon enough, people gonna start complaining, oh, we don't have any new items, right? We need new items to be added to the shop, and they are definitely going to add more items, right? It's just a matter of time here, right? It's gonna be sooner or later here. My guess is gonna be definitely in the next, I would say in about six months. In the next 6 months, they will definitely add more items to the shop here to give more variety to people, to make people to give people more choices to choose. Uh, so so like saving CN coin, as I said, right, saving CN coin is just very similar idea to like saving your golden head for future commanders. Very similar. Uh, so if you watch until here and you are still not convinced to like, hey, maybe I shouldn't be wasting my CN coins on some of the blueprint here. Maybe instead I could definitely use a lucky coins for I could use a lucky coin for one of my commanders, one of your commanders, right? Go ahead, go with your Scene of Conquest coin on Heroic Anthem KvK's Accessory blueprint here, right? And hey, when they release new items, you gotta be telling yourself, I should have listened to buy advice, right? I will be here waiting for you when that day is come. Okay? Peace out.